This is Chilling.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the best of the good life. I don't know why Jonan is laughing at me. Maybe he's sharing the same passion and excitement of being just right back on your silver screen. We are so glad and excited to have you. Now, the gentleman I have on the show is going to amuse you because it's not his first time on the show, it's actually the second time. But before that, for those guys that have a belief that money is a terrible master but a perfect and excellent servant, please come here very, very short because we are going to address money issues. Now, the gentleman I have on the show is called Jonan, is the CEO of his own company that is called Jonan Holdings. Now, Jonan Holdings is an integral money lending company that can disperse about 50 million or even more in less than 48 hours. And I'm not lying to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, join me in welcoming the incredible Jonan Kandwanaho. Oh my God! Somebody will slap me. Kandwanaho. Yes. Such an incredible name.
Yeah, sure.
It's good to have you back.
My pleasure, sir.
How is the company thriving? How is everything since the last time we had a sit down?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Okay.
We've been, progressing.
Okay.
We are on the move.
Yeah.
Every day is growth.
Yeah.
Every month is growth. Every
Yeah.
year is growth.
Yeah.
So we are seeing a hand of God in everything that we do, and we are progressing very well.
You're loving business.
Yeah. It's in blood.
It's
We
in
love
blood.
business, yeah.
Okay.
We're here to serve.
Yeah.
Yeah. People need money. We have money. We give it out.
All right.
Yeah.
There is nothing more dreaded as an emotion of being there when you're broke.
It's a bad one.
Man,
Terrible.
I would rather kill myself. If you would ask somebody that has ever been rich, what is their greatest fear on earth? Is being broke.
Yeah, being broke is bad.
But then you come with solutions.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love your tie, man. It sort of matches with mine.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know, maybe we had a collaboration.
We
on
compared
this
notes,
kind of- Yeah. Man, I'm excited to have you back.
My
But
pleasure.
there are some talking points and topics that derived the time that I had you on the show, and we didn't have much time to talk about this.
Sure.
So tell me about the kind of niche that Jonan, we are delving straight in. We are not even wasting no time. But tell me about a certain niche that Jonan Holdings thrives on. What's your niche?
So my niche, first is to thank you for the opportunity to host me again.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great opportunity to come back again, but
Yeah.
also, it gives me great pleasure to share what it is that the Lord has blessed us with.
Yeah.
Going deep to the question that you asked, what's our niche?
Yeah.
Yeah, so our niche is basically we lend to secured clients. Yeah, so entirely our money is secured. So if you ask me my niche, I would say that we serve clients who have the collaterals, secured money. We only give secured money. Now there are different niches in the lending industry.
Okay.
There are those that give non-secured. There are those that fund LPOs without any collateral. There are those that fund invoices. But our specific niche as Jonan Holdings Limited is we lend secured money. So if you're a business or an individual and you need money to service or scale up your business, so you're importing something, or probably you want to buy a car, you want to top up of sorts. So our niche is so long as you have a collateral, we get to serve you.
Jonan, let's also talk about these associations that are in collaboration with, for example, Jonan. What are some of these associations and what are their roles?
Yes, Drago, thank you so much for that question. Truth be told is that there are a number of associations to belong. First, as a business person, you ought to have very many associations because it's from the associations that you get to have business. It's from the associations that you get to have avenues for support because it's from the associations that you get to discover people's pain points and how you can blend in with them, how you can support them. So as Jonan, because if I belong to an association, I belong there on behalf of Jonan because I am part and parcel of the business that we do. I am part and parcel of what it is that we trade in, and I am proud to say that as Jonan we lend money because it's what we actually do. So if I belong to an association, I represent Jonan in that association. So one of the key associations, which I think is very pertinent, especially for the lenders, is the Money Lenders Association of Uganda.
Okay.
Because just like you see Uganda Bankers Association, Uganda Manufacturers Association, any other industry should actually have an association.
What are some of the benefits that come from being part of a member of that association?
Yeah, very many immense benefits that come with an association. Yeah, Money Lenders Association of Uganda has a number of benefits because, first of all, it's not a voluntary association. You need to pay something. We pay about 300,000, including the membership and the annual subscription.
Okay.
So you ought to actually benefit from the same. So the key thing in there is that, first of all, as a lender, we ought to belong, because as an association, it's a family. Just like banks have a family, just like manufacturers have a family, we also ought to have a family. That's the starting point. But also, too, is that we are at different levels. That whereas Jonaki can lend to probably up to 150 million, there are those lenders whose maximum limit is probably 10 million. But they would have wished to step it up or grow to the level of lending to 150 million. So you get to interact with different categories of lenders. Now, much of the time, growth comes with experience. Where I started at, or where we started at in 2012, is not where we are at right now. So there is someone who is where we are at in 2012 that would like to grow to where we are at right now, or even go beyond. So belonging to an association is that you interact with people at different levels. You get to learn their pain points, you get to learn their experience. You know, sometimes in lending, experience is costly.
Okay.
It costs you money because you trade in money. So any mistake that you make is a cost, to the extent that it can even cost you your whole business. You can close shop very well. So you can imagine if you belong to an association and you learn from someone's experience, that means you're going to skip some of the mistakes that this person paid school fees for. So in a nutshell, you actually benefit from someone's school fees that he paid by losing money. So you can imagine if you belong to an association, that's one of the advantages. The second advantage is you get to train. You know, we conduct trainings. Because there are some of the lenders that do things differently. Probably you have your legal documents, you have your loan application forms, your loan agreements that are not aligned to the Money Lenders Act and the regulations. So as an association, we get to help you, train you, and guide you on how you can align your paperwork to the law. Because if you do something that is contrary to the law, in case of default, you cannot collect the money. So you end up losing the money. So there are lots of trainings that you actually get to conduct. Then also the other third advantage that to belong to an association is you get to have a coalition, one voice.
Okay.
Because as you may see, money lending has always had a bad perception in the public eye because of the previous experiences of negative sentiment. You give someone money.
The disappearing act.
Yeah, the disappearing act. It is you
talk
called
about. Yes, with the disappearing act.
The disappearing act.
Hey, somebody lends you money and then the time to pay back the loan, they are nowhere to be seen. They take your collateral.
You've heard of those stories. I'm not sure how true they are, but if they existed then. But now things are different. So you get to know that, I think things have changed. You get to interact with other lenders. You get not to practice such bad practices, because I don't think someone who is looking at business for a long range, you're in for a long haul, you can practice such a practice.
Jonan, let me pick you from there. So when it comes to experience, I have a feeling it is one thing that you've garnered so much experience as Jonaki, as a company. And what is the importance of reflection in that manner? How important is it to sit back and reflect to what you've achieved and to what you can achieve in the future? What is the importance of reflection?
Thank you so much, Drago, for that question. I relate that to, if someone is probably climbing a mountain, let's say, Rwenzori Mountain, for the mountain climbers, you don't climb that mountain continuously all through. You'll die. Even the advisors, those guys, the guides on the mountain climbing will tell you, they'll say you're doing first 10 kilometers, rest. Some of them even camp and sleep over, and then the following morning you start the next step, which relates to what you actually asked. It is important to sit back and reflect. Not every bad experience is a bad experience, because in it you pick a lesson that can catapult you to another level. Now, if you do not reflect, you may bank on the bad experience and experience a subsequent similar bad experience. Now, that shows that you've not learned from the previous bad experience. Because I kid you not even in lending alone, in every business, there usually shall be hiccups. There usually shall be challenges. So if you do not sit back to reflect, look at what you did well so that you can continuously do well, look at what you did wrong, pick out the lessons, and it catapults you to another step, then you might not be able to grow. Because you cannot grow continuously with a straight curve. So reflection helps you to look at the negatives, what you learn from them, pick up yourself and move on. But also look at the positives and see how you can apply the multiply effect of those positives and probably get a notch higher.
Okay.
So if you don't reflect, it becomes very hard to actually grow. And even if you grow, you in case you met a hiccup, your falling can be so sudden because you don't have a stepping stone to stop at. If you're falling from the mountain and there are no stopovers, that means you're going to fall straight down to the bottom. Why? Because there are no stopovers. But you have a step you reflected at. In case you have a fallback, you can lean back to the step you last reflected at, and then based on that to again see how you can push further. So it's one of the things that you cannot downplay in business, even in individual lives.
Yes.
So it is important to sit back, reflect, see the positives,
It is.
accelerate them, and then look at the negatives and see how you can actually benefit of the same, learn from them, and probably push it a notch higher.
Wow. When we return, we're going to go in for a commercial break. But when we return, Jonan, we're going to still remind people on how these money lending companies and the money lending business is truly regulated. Some of the people are not yet still certified with that. They still have doubts. The doubts are there,
That's right.
And you've won BNI, which is an impressive thing. We're going to also talk about. Talk about incredible minds. I'm telling you, Jonan he's doing a great job. And last time you had a target that you had set. What number were you looking at in terms of clientele? Was it 500 and more? What was that all about?
Higher. I may not discuss the numbers right now,
Yeah.
but we're looking at a slightly bigger number than that.
Yeah.
Because our intention is to serve as many people as possible.
And Jonaki is spreading wings. It's expanding to where? Zambia?
Yeah, we are
Wow, that's quite an accomplishment.
I'm glad you're following us. You can know preview information.
Come on, iron sharpens iron, right? That's a common phrase. Chilling goes on a break. We shall be back shortly with another part. Please come back, take a cup of coffee or a glass of water, and then come back and join us later. Please get to know about money, and if you're out there and you're looking for a money solution, right? Let's go.